Hello then guys, welcome back to Benny D FM. It's the semi-finals of the Ukrainian Cup and potentially our last chance to get a piece of silverware in our first season as Dynamo Kiev manager. Can we make it to the final? Let's go find out. Hello and welcome to episode 7 of the Kings of Kiev. I'm Ben, and coming up on today's episode we have the semi-final of the Ukrainian Cup against Desna, and that is followed by a Premier League game against Desna. Now, if you do enjoy today's episode, then please do leave a like down below for me. Subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with the Kings of Kiev episodes and also to see any other Football Manager content that may be posted on the channel. And for those of you that don't know, I do also stream over on Twitch, twitch.tv/BennyD_FM, where we're currently taking Dulwich Hamlet right to the top of the English footballing pyramid. But without further ado, let's get stuck in to today's episode. And as you can see behind me, the form since the last episode has been pretty solid. 3 victories, a 5-0 over Lviv, a 3-1 over Zorya and Dnipro 1. And all that means that we're pretty solid now in second place, 9 points clear of third place Mariupol. We are only 6 points behind Shakhtar Donetsk in top spot. They haven't lost the game all season, so it's unlikely that we'll catch them. But there is a slim chance that we might just do so. But that's not today's initial focus. Today's initial focus is the Ukrainian Cup, and the team that we'll be taking to that game is this one. We've got Polly in goal, a back four of Gwadara, Berda, Takacs and Michalenko. Agart plays in behind Shepelev and Shaparenko in midfield, with Tisashvili, a youngster who's come up through from our under-21s on the right, Delund on the left and Besedin up front. A few guys missing. Verbic is gone with suspension. Popov at the back isn't fully fit, and nor is Zigankov. Hence why there is a few names in there that potentially you wouldn't expect to be playing in such a big game. But hopefully we still do have enough to get past Desna. Both Popov and Zigankov are on the bench to come on. If we can get away without using them both, that would be the ideal from this game. A 4-2-3-1 then from Desna. No names in there that we really recognise, and as we've seen already, are 4-1-2-2-1 or a 4-3-3 with a DM. We've scraped through the last 2 rounds, if we're being completely honest with ourselves. So if we can make this one a bit more convincing on our way to the final, I believe it's either Dnipro or Shakhtar that we will face in the final. So it's likely to be another Shakhtar versus Kiev game on the channel, and hopefully, you never know, the last one, the biggest one of the season, might well end in our favour. But Besedin can't get it past in the goal. I mean, what a name for the goalie. He's not letting it pass. Oh, the pass puns could be coming here, and Shaparenko heads over the bar. But 2 early chances for our little Dynamo Kiev side, who in the games between the 2 episodes, have seemed to start clicking. So hopefully this tactic might well be working for us now, and can be something to build on to maybe get a bit closer to Shakhtar Donetsk and perform a little bit better in Europe next year. As I say, this is likely to be our last chance at silverware this year in the Ukrainian Cup. I don't think we'll quite catch Shakhtar Donetsk at the top of the league, but we've got to keep going in this competition and win this game if we are going to have any chance at silverware. And Besedin is in again. Can he score past again with a great save in the goal? It might be a struggle to get past him today. I'm sorry. I apologise to everyone, but Delund with the ball towards the back post. Besedin can't quite get there, and that had to be taken from Dutovitsky, who is just in on goal. He's going to score! Oh, Luan Polly with a great save in the goal. How he was enabled to run half the pitch. Someone should have just taken him out in the middle. Just make the tackle. I don't care if you get a yellow. Just literally hack him down as Gitchenko heads over for them. And it's not quite been the most convincing start for us. Desna actually, in the grand scheme of things, have been the better team, and Luan Polly is easily going to catch that free kick. And are we going to counter from this? We will see. We've gone a bit route one, but it has fallen to Shiachvili, his first appearance in a Dynamo Kiev shirt, and it's saved again. Oh, that would have been a great start to his career. in the first team, but Delund with the ball in. He's been playing really well, I may add, as Chiachvili. I mean, I'm battering his name in the under-21s. Hence his call up to the senior squad, and that could have been an excellent debut for him. But it wasn't quite meant to be, but hopefully he can continue to do that throughout the game. We might just call him Georgie, because that seems a bit more easier than Chiachvili. I mean, if there are any Ukrainians watching, am I pronouncing any of it correct? You never know, but Katushov with the ball in. It's headed clear, is it? It is. And here he is again, Georgie, as we're going to call him for the now on in. He's surging towards goal. Can he score? Oh! We're getting some good chances. It's him again. He looks lively on this right-hand side. It looks like he probably now might well be the main replacement for Zigankov when he's injured or can't play, or in a rotational squad. And if he plays like he is today but can bag a couple of goals going forward, he could be a really good option. And here's his chance. He has scored! Georgie with his first ever goal for Dynamo Kiev first team and on debut, and he has looked the bright spark of this team. Basadin lays it off to him. He's looked good in between the two episodes as well, and this is thunderbolted past in the goal into the top corner. And are we on our way to the final of the Ukrainian Cup? I mean, we failed a little bit this season. I feel our European campaign wasn't great. We haven't really challenged Shakhtar Donetsk. So if we can get to the final of the Ukrainian Cup and win it, it will probably be a little bit of a silver lining on what has been a rather cloudy first season. But we've got to get to that point first, as Tam puts it wide in what should have been an equaliser really for Desna. But we do go in at half-time, 1-0 up. We're capable of better. It's not been the best performance from us so far. We're going to have the faith in the boys, as we always do. And here is an early highlight in this second half. Can we go and grab a second goal and just make things a little bit easier for us? Michaelenko looks for Agate, who's back in the squad today. And Guadara's in to score, and Guadara does score! It's 2-0 to Dynamo Kiev straight after the half-time whistle. It's a really, really well-worked goal. Michaelenko, I was wondering where he was going with this ball, to be honest with you. And Agate picks it up in the middle. Shaparenko with a lovely ball to the overlapping Guadara, who slots it home. And we're having a lot of success today on that right hand side, both goals coming from it, and now it's a case of holding on for the remainder of the game as Agate clears. And here goes Georgie again. No way is he going to set up or score another one. I mean, he's one-on-one with the goalkeeper. He can't, can he? Of course he can. What a player! Oh, this guy's going to be unbelievable. I mean, now I'm potentially looking at a way to both play him and Zigankov, because this guy has put on the performance of a lifetime on debut. I mean, this is a hell of a finish. He's run half the pitch and with his left peg just slots it into the bottom corner. What a first 5 minutes of the second half, may I add, for Dynamo Kiev. That should put the game beyond doubt, or is that... Oh, that's famous last words, isn't it? Just you wait for the comeback now. Pintado on the right. Michaelenko gets in, tackles really nicely, but doesn't keep hold of the ball. And Agria from the edge of the area just shoots over the bar. We're going to ask for a bit of focus, just to make sure that we keep on top of this game. And here's Georgie again, who finds his mate Guadara, and as I say, they've both been having a field day on this right hand side. Shepelev, Agate, Basadin, who's he going to find? Agate out to Michaelenko, a ball towards the back post, and we could see Georgie's hat-trick. Here it is a hat-trick on debut for the Dynamo Kiev first team. Georgie Chiachvili, I mean, that was battered. I mean, he looks like the real deal, doesn't he, people? He looks like an unbelievable player. We did highlight him back in the very first episode of this series when we were looking through both the first and the under-21 team. He's on a 10. This is his debut. He's not played at all. He's been sat in the squad but not played for about 3 games. And now he steps into the first team and is on a 10. What a player. What a player. It says 9.9 down here, but that's as near to a 10 as we're going to call it, aren't we? Aguirre looks out. He's not doing much defending. That's my only comment, as Gus Sulyak is on the ball to Vanda. back to Gusuliak. This would be a blot on the copybook if we were to concede a goal. It would be frustrating, but Delun steps in and does really well, and Besaidin has two men with him, one of which is Chiachvili, and he is potentially in for a fourth goal of the game, and Past makes a really, really good save. Potentially a chance to cross there for Georgie, but he looks absolutely on fire as Delun puts the cross in. And look here at another break from Desna. We saw this in the first half. We said someone needed to take him out on about halfway. We didn't again, and Tudovsky, I mean, that was horrendous, has got one back for Desna. It wasn't the best. I mean, that wasn't great. Maybe to be wary of that from our corners. We saw that a couple of times, didn't we, in the first half with them breaking. They just needed someone to take him out around halfway. And is the comeback on for Desna, because they win the ball back and look to get it forward quickly. But Michaelenko and then Agate take it down really nicely as Takacs finds Michaelenko on the left-hand side. Delund, is he going to hang back across towards the back post? He might do. Michaelenko with the ball in. Shepelev heads just over the bar, and as he does so, he's struggling for a bit of fitness, so we'll get both him and Shaparenko off in the midfield for Andreevsky and Sidorchuk to come on in that midfield. But this is all about one man. Georgi Chiachvili has had the game of his life. Timic on that side. DM wise, can we bring on, who should we bring on? Hang on, I need to do some actual tactical knowledge as opposed to just quick changes down the bottom. We're going to get Sidorchuk back for Bielski, and that will do, as there is a free kick. Belic with the free kick. Luan Poli makes a really, really good save in our goal. And are we going to break from here? We might well be, as Besaidin heads it back to Michaelenko. This is a real chance for us if the ball can be put to Besaidin. This is beautifully worked. Andreevsky, what a save from Past. And what a really, really nicely worked move that was from Dynamo Kiev, as it looks like we have made it to the Ukrainian Cup Final. Who we will face, we will find out before the next game, which is in the league against Mariupol, and I will see you for that one in a second. The big news then, folks. Zorya beat Shakhtar Donetsk in the other semi-final of the Ukrainian Cup. So it is them who we will face on the next episode. But for now, it is back to Premier League action and some wholesale changes in this game, really. A lot of players still struggling after the Ukrainian Cup game. So it's Timic on the right with Popov, Takacs and Michaelenko joining him in the defence. Luan Poli remains in goal. Sidorchuk in behind Andreevsky and Bielski in the midfield. Emreli on the right, Verbic on the left, and Artem Besaidin remains up front. Mariupol, of course, were hot on our heels for a long, long time in the title race, or the race for second, I should probably say, in the Ukrainian League. They've dropped off a little bit now, being 9 points behind us, but we still want to win because there is a slim chance that we may catch Shakhtar Donetsk above us, who have had a couple of dodgy results recently, so you never ever know. But the weakened team might not help us today. It's not a bad team by any stretch of the imagination. There's just some names missing that would have been ideal for this one. But we do have a highlight, and Verbic has it on the left, and he spreads it really nice to Emreli on this right-hand side. He's won a penalty, has he? It looks like we're going to go to VAR. We're going to the little telly. I think this isn't a penalty. I don't think this is a penalty. We will find out. If it is, then it's a chance after 3 minutes for us to go ahead in the game. What's the referee going to give here? He has given a penalty. Wow. And Bielski will step up. Can we make it 1-0 in what will be a crucial goal early? And Bielski puts the keeper the wrong way. It is 1-0 to Dynamo Kiev. And it is now all eyes on keeping that lead, hopefully extending it, and see how Shakhtar Donetsk are getting on in their game, which I believe is at the same time as us. So we will keep an eye out on the dugout for updates from that one, as we win the ball really nicely in the midfield. And Verbic now is on the left-hand side of our midfield. He finds Andreevsky, who puts it out nicely to Michaelenko. Where's this ball going to go? Verbic, back across. Emreli, oh my word. So many shots, none of them ending in a goal. But we're doing all right. We're doing all right. We're going to ask the boys to focus a little bit just to keep hold of this lead. And Andrzejewski with the ball in. Takacs is offside. It would have been his first goal for the club, but he just strayed into an offside position. They're checking it, but we know what the result's going to be. And it remains 1-0. Bit frustrating from a free kick, because if he had kept himself onside, I mean, oh my God, it's close. It's tight. We'll let him off. We'll let him off. Shakhtar are beating Alexandria, as you would expect. But Andrzejewski with the ball in. Besaidin hits the post. Oh! We might get a second eventually. We're pushing for it, it would seem. And we go again. Michaelenko, the ball, the throw is awful. And a chance for them to break. But they've just hoofed it straight back to Takacs at the back to Popov. Back to Takacs. Back to Popov. I mean, there are other people on the pitch, boys. Here we go. Luan Poli. Where's he going to go with this one? He looks for Popov and finds him. Popov out to Emreli with a really nice ball. And Białowski, what a ball that is to Besaidin. And it is a real shame he didn't finish that one, because that would have been a lovely, lovely goal. But Andrzejewski with the ball in. The ball in is a poor one. Headed easily clear. And Takacs probably did gather for us. But it is the end of the highlight as Shakhtar go 2-0 up. So the likelihood of us catching him, I mean, it is slim. I think we're going to have to settle for second place and the potential win in the Ukrainian Cup. But next year, that has to be our aim, to take Shakhtar further in a title race, because we've never really been that close to them. We've lost to them twice. We've lost 2 other games in the league as well. It's not been the greatest first season, but hopefully we won't get sacked, so there's plenty of time for us to turn it fully around and, of course, dominate Europe with this Dynamo Kiev team. As Chobotenko, I mean, really? Chobotenko, I mean, for next season as well, my aim is to get better at pronouncing Ukrainian names. But it was Chobotenko heads over, and it's been a lot of Mariupol so far, but it's headed clear by Popov. Can Emreli get there first? He sure can, and the counter-attack is on. He's got Besaidin with him and Verbic on this side, but Besaidin's in, and unlike the first half when Besaidin couldn't finish, he does this time a lethal, lethal, lethal counter-attack from the Dynamo Kiev boys, as it looked like Mariupol was starting to get a bit of a foothold in the game. We've gone and grabbed a second goal, probably against a run of play. This is a lovely first time finish. I mean, I don't know what the keeper's doing, but it is 2-0 to the Kiev. And with a slightly weakened side, as I said at the beginning of the game, this is a pretty impressive result, to be fair. I mean, have we been the better team? Take away the penalty, probably not. But we might want to make a few changes. Michaelenko is struggling, so we'll get Berda on for him. Verbic also struggling, so let's get Lednev on for him on that left-hand side. They're the 2 changes that we will make for now. 20 or so minutes to go. We look like we should be in control of this one, as Shakhtar are also in their game. Emreli's going to come off for Georgie, and Besaidin is going to have to stay on. What can we do here? Białowski with the ball in. It's a good ball. It's in a dangerous area, but no one in a Kiev shirt is attacking it. And Popov gathers it and plays it back to Timic, who looks for a great ball out to Lednev. He finds him. Besaidin's in again, and it's 3. A lovely ball from Białowski into Besaidin. He's played some cracking passes today as Białowski. Considering he's been out of the team, he's certainly staking a claim to come back in. This is a lovely ball from Timic. Lednev knocks it down. Białowski with a wonderful through ball. Great run from Besaidin, who slots it into the bottom corner. And I tell you what, he's been pretty lethal since he's come back from his suspension. And he's staking a claim over Emreli at the moment to be our #1 striker, as Koschuk finds Takansky. And that's a great ball towards the back post and a really good goal. It's a shame again, we're not keeping clean sheets on a regular basis like I'd like us to. Tagovsky finds Koschuk on this right-hand side. It's back to Tankovsky. And, I mean, it's awful defending, but Dimitrov is easily going to score from there. Have we got any strikers on the bench? I mean, let's just bring Zagankov up front, because I'm sure he can do it. As we approach 4 minutes of added time in what has been a fairly decent result for us. I mean, if we can score another here, it will look better. Berda with a great ball. Zagankov has to be offside. It's hit the bar anyway. But that could have been the icing on the cake. But it looks like, as the 4 minutes are over, it is another victory in the league for Dynamo Kiev. It's a shame that Shakhtar Donetsk keep winning as well. We're going to outstretch the arms. We're going to embrace the boys as they all come in. It pretty much secures second now. 11 points over third place. Still 6 to Shakhtar Donetsk. And I think there's about 4 or 5 games left of the season. A very short season I found over here in Ukraine. But we will be back, and it will be two massive games. We've got Desna in the league to finish the season, but just before that it will be Zorya in the Ukrainian Cup final. And can we win our first piece of silverware here at Dynamo Kiev? We'll keep our fingers crossed that we can, but I do hope you have enjoyed today's episode, and if you have, please leave a like down below for me. Subscribe to the channel for more Football Manager videos, and thank you all for coming along and watching.